Hi guys, and welcome to another Divi video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. We've got a nice little simple hover effect for you today for our menu. When we hover over our menu items, they're going to grow and change colour. We've got to use a little bit of custom CSS to do this today, but it's really easy. Don't let that put you off. Any code I'll write, I'll put below the video, and you're welcome to use it and manipulate it how you want. So let's get started. I'm going to go to my theme customizer. Anybody who doesn't know how to get there, go down to your dashboard, down to theme customizer. Now if you want to, let me get that inspector out of the way, you can also write your code and put it in the theme options page right down at the bottom. They're both the same, but I'm actually going to use the customizer today because I can have a live view of it at the same time. Once you go to your customizer, just go down to the bottom and you'll find additional CSS. There's the code I've written. I'm simply going to delete that and we'll start from scratch. Okay. So we got the regular one here. If I refresh this page, we've got a regular Divi menu there. And that blue color is just the highlight color that I've got set in the theme header and navigation options up there. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is open my additional CSS. I'll give it a title. Whenever you write CSS, it's a good idea to give it a title. So it's // // anything that's written in between the two stars will not be read as code, so it's a great place for titles and notes. Put in whatever you want, something that makes sense to you. If you write a lot of CSS, it really is a great idea to put titles in, and also if anybody else edits the site, it's a bit of a courtesy to them. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is right click on one of these and hit inspect. I'm using Google Chrome here. Most browsers have this nowadays, but if yours doesn't, Google Chrome is a free download. And that's brought up the inspector and it's taken us to our links, which is what our menu items here are, actually links. Okay, so what do we want to do with it? Well, I don't want to do anything until we hover over it, so we'll sort that out in a minute, but I've got the element style here, top menu A, so I'm going to left click just after the curly bracket, which will create a new line. I'm going to use transform, scale, open and close some round brackets, and inside we can put the amount we want to scale it by. I'm going to scale mine by 1.2. If you wanted to put different for height and width, or width and height, just put your first increment in, then you can put a comma and put a second one in if you want to do separate for width and height, but I'm happy with that right there. And as you can see, that's scaled that up. So what I'm going to do is copy this now. I'm going to go over here, I'm going to paste it in here, and we've got to put an ending curly bracket. We've got an opening curly bracket there. You always have to have a closing curly bracket. So we'll put that on there. But I only want this to happen when we hover on it. So I'm going to go to the A, no gap after the A. I'm going to put the word hover. So A, no gap, colon, no gap, word hover. Because we only want it to happen on hover, which is what we want there. So if I take this away now, that will return to normal, but when we hover over them, they'll scale up. How simple was that? Now I'd also like them to all be the same color when they do that. So I've got a little color picker here. I could go into the customizer and take the color from my menus if I wanted to, but I'm just going to hover over and get that color. And here I'm going to write color, colon, and because it's a hex code, got to put a hashtag, paste in that hex code right there. Great. So now when we hover, it's going to change color. But I've noticed the color's kind of lighter, so we've got an opacity issue there. So I'm going to force it to be fully visible so that it's the same color right here. To do that, I'm going to say opacity, colon, 1, which is fully visible. But I'm also going to put important after it because we've got to force it. I don't like using important, but in this case we have to because we're overwriting a style there. So now when I hover over, they're all that nice colour blue there. And there we have it. It's as simple as that. Let's publish our changes. Go back to our home page, refresh the page. Now when I hover over, they're growing and changing colour there, really easy. Now if I click on the home page, it's also the same colour as our active link there, which is great. If you wanted to make that active link stand out, you could simply do it by adding current menu item. So if I drop down, dot current dash menu dash item, open and close some curly brackets there, and in between we can just steal this here. We don't need the color because that's already that color, but I can put this down below and we'll delete the color entry there because we shouldn't need it. And as you can see, the current page is now highlighted that. But I don't really want that in mine, but I'll put that below just in case anybody wants to use it. I'm happy with it just to be like that. Then when we hover over it, it's going to grow and change color. So there you go, guys. Very easy to do. That's how to scale your menu items on Hover. I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Once again, this has been Jamie with System22 and WebDesignAndTechTips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.